Who is the last person you think of? Yourself, especially if you're a business owner. You're worrying about your staff, your clients, the business, and you're not taking care of yourself. Well, in this episode, we're going to talk to Dr. Erica about why you need to take care of yourself, how to do it, and ultimately running your business better because you do. All right. Well, welcome everybody to today's podcast. I'm excited to be here with Dr. Erica with Vita Lab Wellness. Not only because you're an amazing entrepreneur, but I've had the privilege to get to know you over the last couple of years, and you really are an inspiring woman as well and a business owner. But first, before we get into our conversation, maybe you can tell my audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to be here. It's a fun thing to support you as well in this.
Thank you.
So I'm Dr. Erica Oberg. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been practicing for 20 years, which is a little hard to believe. And what I am really passionate about is really helping people thrive. I don't want people just to get by or just manage their chronic diseases. I really want people to get well and feel better. And I truly believe and know, because I've seen it over years, you can feel well and better at any stage of health or disease. We can improve wellness in those last weeks of life. We can improve wellness when people are at every stage of life. So that's what I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, no, it's really important. And, I was able to go to Vita Lab last night and see like all of the technology you guys are using, but also natural, organic based, products that people really should be using. We don't realize how much it affects our bodies and what we're putting on our skin into our bodies. Maybe talk a little bit about why you started Vita Lab.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as you know, we are living in more and more complicated, toxic worlds every day, and we all need a leg up on our wellness. Me too. And so I started VitaLab. I've had regular medical practices for a long time, but I started VitaLab because I wanted something that was more accessible to people. So VitaLab is a retail med spa wellness center. So people can come in, they'll be screened by myself or my nurses in terms of their medical conditions, but there's no complicated hoops like making an appointment and dealing with, the hospital campus or all of those things that become barriers to healthcare. So it's really designed for people to be able to walk in, get the wellness they need, such as IV vitamin therapy or weight loss or otherwise, and walk out feeling better than when they walked in.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it's a beautiful space
Oh,
too.
thank
So,
you.
yeah, very beautiful. What kind of clients do you see coming in that are seeking this type of wellness? Like who should be coming into your spa?
Gosh, we have people from all walks of life. I mean, a very typical client is the stressed out professional,
Mm,
right? People that really know they could be doing more, they want to take better care of themselves. They don't have the time for it. Right. So those types of people might pop in for a quick 45-minute vitamin infusion while they're doing a little computer work, or they might pop in for a 2-minute B12 shot. Right. We also have it was actually a lovely story last week. One of my patients that I've been taking care of for a long time, he's 94,
oh, wow.
and he lost his wife earlier this year. It was not unexpected, but
Mhm.
tragic. And so he's moved out of the big house and into a nice retirement community. And he has a new girlfriend.
Oh my
She is
gosh.
92.
Wow,
So
good for
he brought
them.
he brought her in because she had COVID a couple months ago and she just hasn't regained her energy. So that's another common scenario. Not always when they're 92, but helping people who've just kind of lost their mojo, lost their energy, don't feel well anymore, feel like something's off. Women in their perimenopausal periods. All of those are very common clients for us.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the professionals and, as a business owner, you're a business owner. What are some tips for us? Because we are on the go and we're usually the last person we think of, right?
It's true. We always put ourselves last for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Well, being on the go all the time, it takes its toll on your body, especially on our stress hormones, right? Our adrenal glands make our stress hormones, things like cortisol or what we used to call adrenaline, which is a little more complicated. But, so we're pumping out tons of these stress hormones and we get depleted over time. So one of my biggest tips is around figuring out ways that we can sort of restore our stress management system or our stress homeostasis system. And that can be simple things like, getting more B vitamins in your diet. I
Mm.
don't know if you know this, Reb, but most of the B vitamins in our diet come from grains, right? And how many of us are
Oh,
trying to follow low carb diets,
I know.
right? And
Yeah.
so a lot of us are B vitamin deficient.
Huh.
So that's one big piece of it. And then taking those moments for me time, even if it's just like a 5-minute guided meditation, right? So that you're actually unplugging, restoring, taking a couple deep breaths. Those things that seem like small little things, but they make a big
Big
difference in
difference.
terms of being able to be a functioning business owner,
Yeah, for sure. Even just getting up out of your chair,
for
which,
sure.
yeah, going for a walk. That's interesting about the B vitamins. I didn't know that. So, for people who are doing a low carb diet, what's your recommendation so that they are getting enough B vitamins?
Well, most of us need to supplement, right? If we all lived in a perfectly clean environment and we're eating, natural food grown out of the garden all the time, that would be one thing, but most of us aren't. So, supplementing is a good thing. You can do a daily multivitamin or B complex, or of course, my favorite way is to pop into VitaLab, of course, and get
Of
your
course.
your B vitamin shot. I mean, I do those for myself probably like twice a week.
Yeah.
And it just makes a huge difference in terms of keeping my energy up, keeping me just feeling like my best self.
Yeah. Well, so, I was at your place yesterday and I got my B vitamin shot, the pet. And
Yay.
I woke up this morning and I usually kind of lay around and after the alarm goes off. I popped up. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going. And then I got to the gym and I was like, hey, I wonder if it's that shot because I don't normally
Exactly.
am this excited to get to the gym.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. I
It
had
put
a
a little pep in your step.
It did, it did. I had a great workout. My husband, on the other hand, slept in this morning, but he had an early meeting. But yeah, I really felt the difference.
Awesome.
It was good. It was good. Well, turning a little bit for my audience who are
Yeah.
small business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers, how do you market what you do?
Yeah.
What are the kind of fundamentals of really marketing, not just your location, but what you do and
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, right, they don't teach you anything about running businesses or marketing
nope.
in medical school.
I bet not.
Right? They like come out of that going like, "What? Oh, and now I need to run a business?" So, I mean, I like for healthcare, I turn to professionals, I turn to the experts in the community. We have a marketing firm. We started off with one, and now 6 months into the business, we're transitioning to another one that I think will bring us a little bit more local expertise.
Okay.
And yeah, I invest in my health, I invest in my marketing. It's not something I'm going to skimp on. It's obviously the absolute cornerstone of business. And I don't know that much about it, so I really rely on the professionals that we bring in
Yeah.
to guide us.
Yeah. Did you hear that, everybody? Invest in your health and then invest in your marketing.
You got it.
No, I love it. And it is true. I think, it's as a business owner, you want to wear all the hats. Well, you don't want to, you do. And it's only way you're going to grow is if you start working with professionals that, can help supplement and do things better than you can,
For sure.
For years, I fought getting a bookkeeper or a CFO. Now I have both.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to go in and do my own wellness. So work with
Right.
you, go to VitaLab. So I really appreciate that for sure. And, in your space, do you find on the marketing side, is it better to work with somebody who has experience in your industry? Have you found a difference between the marketers that you work with?
We've worked exclusively with people that have some background in med spas and healthcare and wellness. I mean, I don't know how important it is that any marketing firm really knows that industry space with all of the data and analytic tools you guys have to
Mhm.
look at everything on the back end. But For me at least, that's kind of helped me, narrow the offerings down to
Right.
pick a appropriate company.
And do you guys find, is it social media? Is it paid? Where do you guys invest?
Well, as I said, we opened about 6 months ago, so we're on the new side. We've done paid Google ads. This month, we're launching into paid social ads. And I mean, one of the challenges we had is like, well, we've got a huge menu of services. We have
Hmm.
probably 30 different services that we offer. So, which of those are going to be most important to advertise, right? We want wellness for everybody, but what's everybody looking for? So that has been, as a doctor, I'm very data driven. So when the marketing people come to me with their analytics and they can say this is where you should go, then I really value that type of data.
Good, good. What about on the organic side? Are you guys doing content for social? What does
Hmm.
that look like?
That one's been a little bit more dynamic. When we were first getting started, we were relying on our marketing company to, push out stuff with stock photos, just kind of keep some presence there. As we've kind of stabilized and gotten out of, the immediate startup mode, we're bringing more of that in house because it's kind of fun, and obviously people want to see what we're actually doing, not
Yeah.
just our beautiful brand.
Yeah. Well, and your staff they were just so nice and delightful and make you feel comfortable and professional. So I think people would love to see what you guys are doing with, the
Aw.
clients and see the staff in there and just, given that personality. And it is a beautiful space.
Oh, well, thank you, and thank you for the compliment on my staff. I love them too. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're great. And you guys have some really cool technology. Maybe as we wrap up, what you found what's like kind of latest tool in wellness?
One of the ones that I really love that people don't always know about is the emsculpt Neo machine.
Okay.
This is a machine, we call it the medical gym. You get to lie on the massage table. We put these paddles on you. It will build muscle, it causes muscle contractions, and it penetrates below the skin and breaks open fat cells, so it melts fat. So, especially for those business owners like you and I who are tired and having a hard time getting to the gym, sometimes something like that can give you a good jump start. People come in for that for a 30-minute session, like once a week for about 6 weeks, and you'll see pretty cool measurable results.
Cool. And what does that equate to as far as if you were to go to the gym? Like how many hours? Is there a
Right.
way to do that?
Well, the clinical trials show that over a month, that people gain 25% more muscle and lose a little more than that in terms of fat, almost 30% fat
Oh my
in the
gosh.
area. Yeah, so
Oh
it's
my
pretty
gosh.
cool, like for your abs,
Yeah.
especially for like that stubborn
Yep.
middle-aged belly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, you know what that is. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I know that you have an offer for our audience. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, absolutely. At VitaLab Wellness, we would like to invite everybody listening to this podcast to a offer of $50 off your first service. Mention Rebel Marketing when you make book that appointment, or if you do it online, use your code REBL, and you'll get $50 off your first service with us.
Yay. All right. Thank you so much. That's a really good offer. All right. Well, I can't thank you enough again
My
for
pleasure. So
coming.
happy to be here with you and happy to support you in your wellness.
I appreciate it. Thanks.